Hi there, welcome to today's painting tutorial. Today we are going to paint a delicious apple with acrylic paints. Grab the sketch in the description below and paint along with me. So we're going to start with a size 0 round brush. I'm going to take some of this light brown color and paint in the stem here. I also have some slow drying medium in these paints, and that's just going to help everything blend a little bit easier. And now I'm going to take some of the dark brown, put some along that top and then along this right side to create a nice shadow. And then we can mix up a beige, so we'll take yellow ochre, the light brown, and a little bit of white. We can create a nice highlight to put along this stem. I'm just lightly pulling the brush down, trying to get some of that texture in there. Okay, so now let's do the leaf. So for that, I'm going to switch to a size 3 flat brush. And let's pick up some of this darker color first. This is a hooker's green. I'm going to mix that in with some of the dark brown, that burnt umber. Let's just start putting this in along the edges. I'm going to pick up some of this gray color. This is a bluish gray craft paint. And I want to use that to put some shadow in for the leaf. And now I want to put in some light colors. So let's take some yellow ochre and mix that up with the hooker's green. See if we can get a lighter color green here. I'm going to take a little more yellow ochre. It's disappearing into that hooker's green. Okay, I'm just going to put that in. And let's let that dry before we add any more to that. Okay, so now I'm going to take a larger brush to work on the apple. And I have a size 8 flat brush here. Okay, so let's put in the darker values first. We'll do that with the dark brown. So I'm going to bring some of that along this area here to create a bit of a shadow along that base of the stem. And then we'll take the dark color and put it down along this bottom. I'm also going to bring it on this right side. So in this sketch, I tried to kind of mark out where the dark shadows are. See if you can follow along with that. And with this large flat brush, I'm just going to bring that shadow down a little bit to the left side as well. And now I'm going to put in some red color. This is a brilliant red. And I'm going to start bringing that in. I can go a little bit on top of that burnt umber as well. But we do want it to be pretty dark down here. So you can kind of go back and forth, mixing some of that red as well as that burnt umber color. Okay, so that's a nice shadow layer. And then let's pick up some of this blue and then put this along this right side. So you know the blue and red make purple. So this is going to create a nice shadow for us and almost look a little bit purple. Let's put some of that on the left side as well. Creating a nice shadow. And then I'm going to take some of that straight blue, put a little bit on this left side. Okay, we can bring some shadow up here at the top. And I can also try to blend it in coming out this way. Okay, so now I'm gonna blend this area a bit. So now we want to get a little bit lighter. I'm gonna rinse off this brush. Let's take some of this straight red color, start bringing it in here. And then I want to get even lighter. So I have this peachy pink color. And let's bring that in. I'm going to bring it up here. You can see here I marked out some of the highlights. I'm going to take this peachy pink and put it right in this center where our brightest highlights are. Then while it's still wet, I'm going to pick up some white paint and go right over where that sketch shows your little highlights there. I'm going to switch to that green brush and I'm going to pick up some of this light green that we mixed with the yellow ochre. And starting from the center, I'm going to start bringing that green out. So there's a little highlight here. Let's bring it out this way. I can put a little bit of yellow ochre and bring that out as well. That yellow ochre is going to look pretty against the red. Put a little bit on this left side. Then just bring it down. Okay, that green and the red have a beautiful contrast. I'm going to take some of the dark brown, bring that shadow back, and then take a little bit of the burnt sienna. Just bring that around for a shadow. And then I'm moving back into that red and bringing that in. Okay, I'm bringing it down a little bit here. All right, so this is looking good. I'm gonna take a watery paint mix. See if I can go around and clean up these edges of the apple. Try to get a nice crisp edge. Using the edge of that brush. So with the 0 round brush, I'm going to come back into the leaf. I'm going to take this hooker's green, just feather, kind of flick some of this darker green into the leaf. Take the brown and connect the leaf and the stem. Okay, and we will call this painting complete. So that is how you can paint a beautiful apple. I hope you give this a try. Like and subscribe for more tutorials. If you want to dive deeper into acrylic painting, I have an entire program linked in the description below, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.